What's your best story of military equipment failing at the worst moment? I was a gunner on an M1 Abrams tank during the initial push into Iraq in 2003. Our crew had been together for 2 years, knew each other's moves like clockwork. Tank was our home, our weapon, our lifeline. Day 3 of the invasion, we're spearheading an advance toward Baghdad when intelligence reports heavy resistance ahead. Republican Guard units dug in with T-72 tanks and RPGs. Real fight coming. My job was operating the main gun, 120mm cannon that could punch through anything the Iraqis had. Trained on it for months, could hit targets at 3,000 meters in my sleep. We crested a hill and saw them. 6 enemy tanks positioned in a defensive line, maybe 1,500 meters out. Perfect range. Sitting ducks. Commander called the target. Gunner, Sabot, tank. I acquired the lead T-72, lined up the shot, crosshair steady on center mass, squeezed the trigger, nothing happened, tried again, dead. The firing system had completely failed. No electrical response, no mechanical backup, nothing. Our main weapon was a useless 100-ton paperweight. Guns down! I yelled over the intercom. That's when the enemy opened fire. First round screamed over our heads. Second one hit the ground 20 meters short, showering us with dirt and shrapnel. Driver started evasive maneuvers while I frantically tried every troubleshooting procedure I knew. Checked power connections, reset the computer, manually operated every switch. Still dead. Third enemy round hit our front slope armor. Bounced off, but the impact rang through the tank like a giant bell. My ears were bleeding from the noise. Commander was screaming into the radio for support while our loader tried helping me diagnose the problem. Found it buried in the electrical panel. One tiny fuse, maybe worth 50 cents, had blown. But here's the catch. We didn't carry spare fuses for that particular circuit. Manual said it was a non-field replaceable component. Supposed to be so reliable it never fails. Fourth enemy round hit our turret. Still no penetration, but hydraulic fluid started leaking. We were running out of time and options. That's when our loader, Jimmy from Alabama, saved all our lives. Kid was an electronics wizard before enlisting. Pulled out a piece of aluminum foil from his MRE wrapper. This might work, he said, wrapping the foil around the blown fuse. It's not regulation, but neither is dying. Slammed the panel shut and I tried the trigger again. The cannon roared to life. Sent a depleted uranium round straight through the lead Iraqi tank's turret. Fireball erupted as their ammunition cooked off. We engaged the remaining 5 tanks in rapid succession, all destroyed within 3 minutes. Jimmy's aluminum foil hack had turned us from sitting duck back into apex predator. After the fight, we reported the fuse failure to maintenance. They couldn't believe such a critical component had no backup. Turned out to be a design flaw affecting dozens of tanks. Emergency retrofit happened within weeks. Every Abrams got redundant fusing for the firing system. Jimmy's field expedient solution became standard procedure until proper parts arrived. The kid got recommended for a commendation medal. Army loves soldiers who solve problems with ingenuity, even if it involves violating technical manuals. But the real lesson hit me later. All our high-tech systems, million-dollar computers, precision engineering nearly got us killed because of a 50-cent fuse. Sometimes the smallest parts cause the biggest failures. We stayed in that tank for 8 more months. Never had another electrical failure, but I started carrying a pocket full of spare fuses anyway, plus aluminum foil, just in case. Jimmy went on to become a master electrician after his service. Still sends me Christmas cards signed, "Your Fuse Guy." Kid saved 4 lives with cafeteria supplies and quick thinking. Modern military equipment is incredibly sophisticated, but it's still built by humans, which means it breaks at the worst possible moments. The difference between life and death often comes down to improvisation. That day taught me to never trust technology completely.